Lin-Manuel Miranda is not throwing his shots, and in 2021, the creator of Hamilton has been getting a whole lot of them. After his earlier work in The Heights became a critically admired, if little seen, movie, Miranda has made his directing debut with Tick, Tick, Boom, a loving adaptation of Rent creator Jonathan Larson's coming-of-stage story, and written 8 original songs for Encanto, a Disney animated film featuring a predominantly Latinx cast. That follows another animated movie, Netflix's Vivo, which he produced in addition to writing the music. Although he is working from a script by Steve Levenson, dear Evan Hansen, Miranda has clearly approached Tick, Tick as a deeply personal ode to musical theater in general and in particular Larson, who tragically died on the eve of what would become Rent's record-breaking run at the age of 35. Deftly expanding the source material into a movie, the film is anchored by a sensational performance by Andrew Garfield as Larson, with the title referring to the sense that his bravado about becoming the future of musical theater is running dry, with timing running out in his eyes as he approaches his 30th birthday. Capturing the creative process on film also poses a tricky proposition, but Miranda mostly manages to do just that, while conveying the palpable anxiety that Larson feels about at what point he transitions from being a writer who waits tables to make ends meet to becoming a waiter with a hobby. The echoes of Rent throughout are also everywhere, reflecting how Larson eventually went from trying to sell an esoteric concept set in the future to writing about subjects very close to home, including struggles to keep the lights on, literally, and the ravages of AIDS at the time. Tick, Tick, Boom is filled with happy surprises, and Garfield receives able support from Alexandra Shipp, Robin DeJesus, and Vanessa Hudgens, as well as Bradley Whitford as legendary composer Stephen Sondheim. If Larson took the right advice when he decided to write what you know, Miranda, as a director, has taken that advice to heart as well. As for Encanto, feeling like an outcast is one of the most durable themes in Disney animation, which has become more relevant as those movies have moved in a more progressive direction than all Walt's early days. Encanto reflects a more recent tradition in a movie about what makes us special, seriously enlivened, again, by Miranda's musical gifts. Miranda did the same for Mona, and Encanto possesses many similar charms, with a sizable dollop of The Incredibles in its focus on a superpowered family. The main departure, and it's an interesting one, is the lack of a traditional villain, an absence that's felt but mostly overcome by the warmth and energy behind the execution, which effectively draws audiences into the story. Set in a magical town in Colombia, Disney's 60th animated feature begins with a nod to a particularly sober real-world phenomenon, namely the plight of refugees. But amid their loss comes the magic that has made the Madrigal family flourish, with each possessing a remarkable gift under the watchful eye of matriarch Alma, Maria Cecilia Botero. Everyone, that is, except Mirabel, Brooklyn Nine-Nine's Stephanie Beatriz, who emerged empty-handed from the gifting ritual, still determined to be as much a part of the family as her parents and sisters. Gift or no gift, I am just as special as the rest of my family, Mirabel tells the local children, but she seems as doubtful of the truth of that as they are. Still, just as one of Mirabel's cousins comes of age and her sister is about to marry, strange things start happening, with signs that the family's magic is beginning to fade. Mirabel thus becomes the Cassandra warning of danger, something her grandma has no interest in hearing.